Hello and welcome to my 1 year home update video. I thought it'd be fun to kind of document everything that we've done, everything that's changed, and also show like what I'm still working on, because I think when a lot of people think about interior design or interior decorating, I think a lot of people have the expectation that like when they move into a place, it can be fully furnished within a couple of months, maybe like half a year. But I'm a year into living in this place and I still feel like there's so much to do. And I wanted to show kind of what I have done and what I still need to do, kind of partly for myself, but also just to show how this is just a continual process of design, of changing things, of adapting, of moving things around, and it's kind of an evolving process that's, I don't know if it's ever truly done. I want to show you what I've done and what I still would like to do with my place. Overall, I'm really happy with where I'm at. I think there are like small details that I would love to change just to have it be like more completely lived in and more full. But as far as, you know, all things considered, I think that we're in a good spot with where we are with the decorating and furnishings and everything. Obviously there's always things that you like want to change or aren't totally perfect, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast. And I guess we can just kind of start here with the couch, because the couch has been probably the biggest project that I took on with this place, because I got it vintage and I had it shipped from freaking Illinois or something, and I did get a good deal on it and the shipping wasn't like anything crazy, but I did have I mean I wanted to get it reupholstered, and my husband and I thought it would be best to get it restuffed because it was quite hard, and it still is like on the firmer side. It's not the most comfortable like cloud couch in the world, but it is comfy. It like suits our preferences, and we use it quite a bit. We enjoy it. But I really did like this fabric. I got it online. I can link it in the description. But I really like how it's neutral, but still has like a very bold pattern. And it brings out a lot of like blue and green in the space, where I do feel like I tend to vie into kind of like being very warm and having warm tones, but these sort of help bring out like blues and greens throughout the living room, which I really like. So the couch has been a journey, but overall I think it was definitely worth it. And as far as like things that you can invest in that are worth investing in, definitely a couch is what you would want to put your money into. Okay, let's also talk rugs and shelving. I got this little bookshelf that fit perfectly next to the fireplace, and I loved it so much that I wanted to create a kind of border space into the kitchen with a custom shelf. So I found someone on Facebook Marketplace, a woodworker, who was able to create a corner shelf in the same style as the one that I got on Facebook Marketplace. And it's great because it kind of has these compartments where it's hiding a lot of the cables, our internet. I'm able to put our board games here. I go back and forth about wanting to conceal the board games. Like, at what point do you just have to hide everything that's like part of your life is kind of what I've been thinking about. I really don't like these baskets that are in the shelf, but like, I don't know, with the board games, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're so ugly, like they're not aesthetic, but like we like playing board games and I want them to be accessible. I don't want them to just like hide in a closet or like cover it with a curtain or something. Like, I get that they're a little bit cheesy, but I think at a certain point you have to have things that are like part of your life that aren't aesthetic, that you just need to show. Like, I think there's like so much rhetoric around hiding things in interior decorating, and like to a certain extent I think that's good. Like, you want to hide clutter and you don't want things to be super messy, and maybe, you know, we'll hide some of the games at a certain point, but they're like huge nerdy board games. I don't know, it's just like a part of our life and I don't really care about hiding them, so they're there. Okay, so these are a few vintage finds that I've accumulated that I really like. So these I got in Mexico City, and this is like a tiny little candelabra. I want to find a little tiny candle to put in it, but I love these little birds, and I love, it's small but it has this like really nice pop of color, and it's on the mantle. All of these are on the mantle. This is just like an adorable painted vase with a little rabbit and a little cat, and I love the colors of this one as well. I feel like a lot of the accent pieces I have are in like blue tones. And then this vase I got from Plants and Spaces in LA. And then I also am really happy with this tray for the ottoman. The ottoman is soft, but I like having a tray here to put coasters so we can have like drinks, little snacks. It's just like a nice tray for sort of placing things when the ottoman is maybe not the most secure, even though I like a soft ottoman. Okay, so the kitchen dining space. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about this space. I would say I'm really proud of the trash can that I found, which sounds kind of silly, but it's a pull out like little cabinet. And I feel very proud because a lot of people come over and they're like, where's your trash can? Like, it's not under the sink. It's this little cabinet, and I installed a cute little knob on it, and it's very cute, and it doesn't look like a regular trash can. Yeah, I really like that corner. I have kind of placeholder art there for now that I can show you. It's just like generic, so that's one thing I do want to change, is like getting these frames rematted and like putting real art and like photos in them. And I like the table. I got the chairs reupholstered in this sort of like very pattern forward fabric. People always say that it's black to them, but I think it's like a very dark blue, which I consider a kind of neutral. And then I'm also really happy with this space over here with the shelves and the art that I have placed over them. So it kind of creates this like library situation in the kitchen, which has always been kind of a dream. And oh yeah, I will say I got a hall tree, which I would recommend if you have a kind of like narrow hallway space. We actually put our air filter under it, so it kind of like holds it and contains it. And then I use it for like bags. There's a little mirror and a little compartment in the center. And yeah, for a while I was really unsure of like what to do with this wall, and I think I still want to add some art around it. It's a little bit bare, but I think a hall tree is a really great furniture piece to put in very narrow spaces, because we didn't want it coming up too close to the couch, and also you need to be able to like walk through it. So it needed to be like 12 inches depth max, which is kind of hard to find if you're looking for like a credenza or a sideboard or even shelves. But yeah, that's kind of the situation back here. Have done pretty normal stuff with decorating the kitchen, other than covering this kitchen island that we have. That's part of our place, so I didn't want to get rid of it because it is very functional, but it is this like aggressive butter yellow color, which I have a lot of yellow in here, but it's just kind of this like shabby chic situation, so I really needed to cover it. So I got some fabric from Etsy, covered that. I would say it looks fine. My ideal situation is to find like another island to replace it with, but that is definitely proving very difficult and is more expensive, so we're just covering it for the time being. Welcome to the bedroom. We have a bed in here. Had kind of a trial and error process with the mattress, which if any of you have done that, know that that is super fun. I think my favorite part of this room is probably the sconces that are plug-in. Well, I made them plug-in. I took them to a lighting person who added cables, and I just love the like design that they kind of cast onto the wall and the orange like glow that they give off, which is very nice. I went on a trip to Scotland right before we were like really started furnishing this place, and I was really inspired by the Highlands, and I really wanted to bring those colors into this space. And I usually don't gravitate towards like purple, but I really liked this quilt, and I feel like it like drew on a lot of those colors, like deep maroon, orange, blue and green, like in these some of these like more muted tones, but also having like pops of brightness. And I really wanted to incorporate that, so I'm happy with how it's turned out. I think it's really fun to switch around bedding though, so like I could see myself having like a second quilt situation. This quilt is actually reversible from Nikki Kehoe, so I might like play around with using the reverse side, but I really like this side with these like big florals. And the bed frame is good. I think I would go with maybe just a regular bed frame and nightstands next time, but I like the built-in feel. I like the wood kind of headboard of this bed, and overall I really enjoy the bedroom. And it's nothing crazy, but making your bedroom cozy and sort of like a safe space to be in is really important, and I think that is what we've done here. So okay, we're gonna end here in the office because I'm 9 months pregnant and it's getting hard to talk and move around. So obviously you have seen how I built my desk in this room. I added corkboard, a little tool shelf situation over here, some art. This is definitely a room that's like kind of in flux because of the baby. We're like, is this gonna be a baby room combined with the office? Like, it's kind of in transition, hence why we have this like rocking chair, which I had to get in like a beige color, but I'm trying to brighten it up with like blankets. I want to get a fun pillow and have it not be just blah. So there's that. This space is really functional. We're in here a lot working and doing things. The bathroom, pretty standard. Got a shower curtain that was long enough, and you know, feeling pretty good about that space. I think overall, like where I'm at with our home is adding more art, just making spaces feel more finished. So like hanging up things that I've been meaning to hang up on the walls, filling up empty space on the walls. Like I think there's still just this sort of air of like slight unfinishedness that I think some nice framing, some nice like pictures can really like help to really bring together and make a space feel really cohesive. In the future, I really want to kind of talk about like what is it like sort of combining a home and your aesthetic with like having a family, because that's kind of what we're trying to do now. Like, how do you balance wanting things to look a certain way versus like function? And I think also how like kids stuff is really can be really fun and colorful, but like often has this beige tone and quality to it, which I just find so, like, there's such a disjointedness there for me. So I'd love to talk about that. But thank you for watching. I know this has been like a weird little home tour, kind of like more on the brief side, but mostly just wanted to show how so much can change in a year, obviously with yourself, but also with your home. And even in a year, there's still things that you can and you probably should be working on, I think, with your space in your home. It's a evolving process. It's not something that should transform overnight. Like, you should be accumulating and gathering these pieces over time in order for it to feel more cohesive. And there have been a lot of things that we've bought too quickly and had to sell or get rid of because they just didn't work in the space, because we didn't take time to really like think about those things. So that's that. And please, if you enjoyed this video or found it interesting or entertaining, enjoyable, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.